everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm getting back to pressure cooking and I'm gonna show you how to steam tamale in my 3-liter Hawkins Classic stovetop pressure cooker. I've used this pot in many of my videos and it's perfect for this too. Tamale are usually sold frozen. If you get them out of the freezer at the grocery store, the filling is cooked, but the dough that surrounds that filling is a corn flour dough known as masa, and it is technically raw. So you have to cook these before you eat them. You can't just take them out of the freezer and pop them in the microwave for a couple of minutes and eat them. The dough will not be cooked and they won't be good. Steaming is the widely accepted way of cooking raw tamale, and a pressure cooker is the perfect way to do it because pressure cookers use steam to cook food, and a pressure cooker cooks so much faster than a stovetop pot and pan steamer would. It takes 15 minutes cook time. They're ready to eat in 20. Okay, so we're over at the stove now. I'm gonna cook these for 15 minutes. So that's technically 1.5 cups of water. This is my steamer basket. The legs on this thing are probably 1.5 inches, and 1.5 cups of water in here will be plenty and will not come up and get the tamales wet. And then I'm gonna pop my steamer basket in there. And yeah, the water level does not come up through those holes, so we're good to go. I have 4 frozen solid chicken tamales here. They're frozen together, so I'm not even gonna bother doing anything here. I am just gonna put them in just like they are. Just set it in. I'm gonna put my lid on. And then I'm going to turn the burner on high and wait for the pot to come up to full pressure. So our pot's been on high for a few minutes now. It's been about 7 or 8 minutes, and I can hear it. Little squeals are coming out of there. So that means it's approaching full pressure. As the pressure is building inside the pot, you can also see that along the edges of where the pressure regulator sits, there will be water sort of bubbling and sizzling there. That's totally fine and normal. Okay, so that means our pot has arrived at full pressure. So now I'm going to turn it down quite considerably, probably to medium, and start our timer. We're going to cook these for 15 minutes, so I made a note of the time. And you want your pot to continue doing that whistle, that little blast that it did, 3 or 4 times a minute. That indicates operating pressure is being maintained inside the pot. It hasn't whistled since it reached full pressure, right? So I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit because that means I'm just letting the pressure get down too low. You want to maintain that operating pressure inside there. And there we go. This should be about right. I'm gonna just watch the pot for the next 15 minutes and make sure that I maintain that 3 to 4 whistles per minute operating pressure. We're about 10 minutes into the cook time and I can already smell the chicken tamales in the air, so I think they're cooking well. 5 more minutes. All right, so 15 minutes is up. And what I'm gonna do now is turn the heat on the burner off. And I'm gonna let this pot decompress naturally. The tamales will continue cooking a little bit, but it just sort of brings the pressure down, the temperature and the heat down a little bit more gradually. Tamales need to sit after they're done cooking for a couple of minutes anyway, so I figured that I may as well start that sort of gradual cooling process, releasing pressure slowly through the stem. And I've done this before and it really creates a good result. So for about 3 minutes, I'm going to just let the pot sit here. I've turned the burner off and you can already hear there's no more whistles. As soon as you turn that heat source off, the pressure immediately starts to fall below operating pressure and your vent weight will not whistle anymore. The tamales have been resting for a couple of minutes, the pot naturally decompressing. So now I want to take them out of here. So I am going to lift the vent weight and release any residual pressure that's still left in the pot. But you see I lifted it and there's no noise, there's no steam, which means that the vast majority of the pressure is out of this pot already. So we're just going to remove the lid and see what we've got. Lots of steam still coming out. Remove your lid. Oh, they're beautiful. So now I'm going to remove them from the pot and put them in a dish and allow them to sit for a few minutes. Like I mentioned before, when tamales are done steaming, you have to let them rest to absorb any excess moisture and to let the masa calm down and firm up. And it really just kind of finishes the tamale up and makes it so delicious. They've been sitting for about 5 minutes now, just kind of cooling and firming up, and now they're ready to unwrap and eat.